Mother, I had no idea you were here. Have you been waiting?
Not long.
What do you think? They just got here from Milan. Dad's talking about using the prints for the new spring line. The one Kristen and Margaret are working on?
They're lovely.
Well, he's pretty excited about them. Obviously, you have other things on your mind. Well, what brings you by?
I want you to tell me what you know about the Logans.
Where did that come from?
Well, I just sort of noticed how intertwined all of our lives have become.
Well, since Caroline's rape.
Oh, certainly that. But more. Mrs. Logan, of course, has catered a couple of parties at the house, and Caroline and Brooke have become very good friends. And they started spending a lot of time with you and Ridge.
Well, what's your point?
I'm not sure. I told your brother I just find it all rather curious, that's all.
Talk to Ridge about this?
Well, he and Brooke had lunch today. In his office.
Any particular reason?
Not according to Ridge.
But you suspect otherwise.
Well, I'm not sure. Which is why I want you to tell me what you know about the Logans.
Knowing you, Mother, you have a theory.
Possibly.
But you're not going to tell me what it is.
Not until you answer me. Come on now. You've been spending a lot of time at that house. You've got to know that family very well.
They're nice people.
I don't doubt it.
All right, there's 4 kids. Storm, the oldest, he just graduated from law school. Brooke, you know. There's Donna and Katie. Donna has an apartment over by the campus. And Katie, the youngest, she's still in high school.
And a father who left.
Yeah, 7 or 8 years ago. Took a lot for Mrs. Logan to hold a family that size together. But she did it. She got involved in the catering business, and, you know, she's put 2 of her kids through college. And Donna's got, I think, a couple years left, and then there's Katie.
Sounds like an interesting woman.
You met her?
Only briefly, the couple of times that she's been at the house to do the catering, and the one night that I went over to her home when I went to see Caroline.
She's really special. You'd like her if you got to know her.
I'm sure she is. But I'm not interested in the mother. I want you to tell me what you know about Brooke.
Dave, I don't know what to say to you.
How about the truth, Brooke? Isn't it about time for the truth?
I've always told you the truth. Dave, nothing has changed between us. Please believe that. I'm just not ready to set a wedding date, that's all.
That sounds like a heck of a lot to me. Brooke, what's the point of being engaged if we're not going to go ahead with plans to get married?
It's not a question of if, only when.
6 months ago, I would have believed that. Now, I'm not so sure.
God, what's happening to us?
Well, I've been asking myself the same question. And the only answer I can come up with is the Forresters.
No.
Brooke, you've been obsessed with that family.
That's not true.
You spent all summer getting to know them. That's all you talked about. You and Caroline and...
Caroline happens to be my friend.
I know. And I'm not begrudging you that.
Certainly sounds like it to me.
It's just that from where I stand, it seems like you've been more interested in Ridge and Caroline's relationship than ours. And now that that's over and Caroline and Thorne are seeing each other... I'm sorry, but there's something that I have to ask you. And you have to give me an honest answer. Are you in love with Ridge Forrester? Involved with, infatuated, whatever you want to call it. Is he the reason you and I aren't getting married?
The bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by Nice and Easy from Clairol.
Dave, we're like oil and water. We don't mix. I don't know why you're making such a big deal out of this.
I wish I could believe you. Brooke, there's something going on there. More than you can even realize. Maybe I shouldn't even blame you. Knowing Forrester, he's probably making all the moves. But he's coming between us, and there's no doubt in my mind about that.
Dave, you're wrong.
I don't think so.
Dave! Oh, God, Dave. Where are you going?
Dad, how long have you been standing there?
Just a minute or so. I didn't want to interrupt.
I'm just going over some figures for the cruise line. Looks like we may have our best season to date.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Have you had a chance to look at those new fabric samples from Milan? They're down in Thorne's office.
I was going to try and get down there this afternoon.
I think you'll find them intriguing. So have you heard anything about Caroline? How her trial's progressing?
Not a word. She doesn't want anyone she knows to be there. I don't think Thorne even knows. I'm sure as hell curious.
Now, Miss Spencer, you've told us you allowed this stranger to take you to your apartment. In fact, you allowed him to accompany you right to your door. What prompted you to do this?
He asked. He insisted. I thought I was being kind.
You also say that you entered your apartment alone.
Yes, I thought he'd left.
Let me see if I understand you correctly. When you got through your doorway, you had the distinct impression that my client had already left.
Yes.
He didn't block your way.
No.
You didn't have to pass by him to get into the apartment.
No.
And you certainly didn't kiss him goodnight, did you?
Of course not.
After you got into the apartment and tried to close the door, you did try to close the door immediately after getting into the apartment.
Yes. And that's when I saw his foot was blocking it.
So then you're saying that in the time it took you to walk through your doorway, turn around, and try to close the door, Mr. Deacon had time to return from wherever he'd gone, come back, and stick his foot in the door.
That's what happened, so he must have had time to do it.
You also told us he said he had a knife.
Yes, he said it more than once.
How many times did he say it?
At least twice.
What did this knife look like?
I don't know.
Well, was it big, small? Was it a hunting knife, a switchblade?
I didn't see it.
You just believed what he told you.
I wasn't about to do anything to see whether he was telling the truth or not.
You didn't call out for help at this time.
No.
You do have neighbors living on your same floor, do you not?
I don't know any of them.
I didn't ask whether you knew them. I asked whether they are there.
Yes.
But although the door was open when he came through, you didn't try to call out for help.
I told you. I was frozen with fear. Certainly you should understand that.
Oh, there are a number of things I don't understand, Miss Spencer. Any number of things.
Why suddenly all this interest in Brooke?
Oh, I'm simply curious, that's all.
Mother, with you, nothing is ever quite that simple.
Humor me then.
Brooke is a very nice, very uncomplicated girl. She's bright. She's got a degree in chemistry. She held a job the whole time she was in college, and she still managed to graduate summa cum laude.
Well, I'm impressed.
She's independent. She's determined to have a career of her own. From what I can tell, she's got a lot to say about the way that home is run when her mother's working. Oh, thank you.
I know that she was a very good friend to Caroline.
The best. She's the one who saw Caroline through this rape. Got her to the crisis center right away for counseling. She even took counseling herself so she'd learn more how to help Caroline.
Honey, you don't have to defend her. I'm not about to malign her. I'm just interested. What about involvements? Is she seeing anyone?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, she's engaged. A real nice guy. A cop. The investigator on her case.
Oh.
Mother, what is all this about?
I wish I could tell you. I just have the strangest feeling that the Logans want something from us.
Mother, the Logans are wonderful people. I can tell you right now, there's nothing devious about any of them.
Oh, really? Then why did Mrs. Logan neglect to let me know that her husband had gone? When I mentioned him to her, she deliberately let me assume that he was still living in that house.
I'm sure it was an oversight. Mother, it's no secret that they've been out without a father for years.
Perhaps. But I think there's something. It's just a little too convenient, the way the Logans have insinuated themselves into our lives. You and your brother may not want to believe it, but they want something.
Mother, you're chasing shadows. Believe me. You're talking about one of the nicest families I know.
Honey, would you say that Brooke is, ambitious?
Ambitious?
In wanting to marry well?
She's engaged to a cop. Dave's a good guy. Can't imagine he'll ever be on Easy Street, but...
She hasn't married him yet, though, has she?
No.
Want to bet? $10. Says she never does.
All right, you're on.
She's after your brother.
Brooke? Mother, you're way off.
I'm absolutely sure. She plays her cards very well. You mark my words. She wants Ridge.
Have you heard how the DA plans on progressing with the case?
You're asking the wrong guy, Dad. Thorne's the one with all the answers. I did hear that the judge is a woman.
Really?
I don't know if that'll work in her favor or not. Excuse me a minute. Ridge Forrester.
Rich, it's Brooke Logan.
Well, what can I do for you?
I feel kind of stupid making this call. I mean, this may never happen.
What are we talking about?
My fiancé, Dave. I think he may be on his way over to see you.
What about?
About you and me. Somehow, I think he probably got the wrong impression.
You're not pregnant, are you?
Good Lord, no.
Then there's nothing to worry about.
Look, Ridge, I really feel terrible about all this.
Look, don't give it another thought. I'll handle everything.
Are you sure?
No problem.
You're awfully nice.
I will, of course, expect some sort of explanation.
I promise.
All right. Talk to you later, then. Bye-bye.
What was that all about?
Don't ask.
Life in the fast lane. Well, just watch out for the curves.
I'll remember that.
Forrester, I'd like to talk to you. Ridge Forrester?
That's right. What can I do for you?
I think you've already done enough.
Do I know you?
Dave Reed. I'm Brooke Logan's fiance.
Dave, sure. Why don't you come on in?
It's not a social call.
No.
It's a warning. You stay away from her, Forrester. You stay away from Brooke.
Oh, whoa. Where's this coming from?
Don't play games with me. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm afraid I don't.
Look, you may think Brooke is some naive kid who's impressed by the Forrester name. But you think I'm gonna stand by and watch you take advantage of her?
Now, just wait a minute. Just slow down here. Now, Brooke's a sweet kid. As a matter of fact, I think you're one hell of a lucky guy.
Yeah, you better believe it. I'm not about to let anybody interfere with that.
I hear you. Got a good thing, run with it.
You're real smooth, aren't you? I know all about guys like you. Can't get enough. It's not the woman, it's the conquest. I'm not about to let you add Brooke to your list.
Look, Bud, you're way off base.
You listen.
No, you listen. Brooke's a friend, which is the only reason I didn't throw you out of here when you first opened your mouth. Now, you two are engaged, fine. I couldn't be happier. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a little bit of things to do.
It's not that easy, Forrester. I want your guarantee that you'll stay away from Brooke.
You just don't get it, do you? Look, I don't know where you get your information, but I don't go after engaged women. It's not my style.
Yeah. From what I hear, your style includes just about everything, including sleeping around on your own fiancée.
Back off, Reed.
I hear you blew it with Caroline Spencer pretty bad. Must not be as smart as you look.
You get the hell out of here before I break your lousy neck.
Ridge!
It's real nice talking to you, Forrester.
What was this all about?
Nothing.
You almost have a fist fight with someone and you tell me it's nothing?
He pushed the wrong button, that's all.
Among the things I don't understand, Miss Spencer, you told us you knocked over a lamp in the bedroom while you were struggling with the defendant. Are you aware that the evidence technician's report doesn't indicate anything about a lamp being turned over?
I must have picked it up when I was straightening the apartment.
There were also no marks on the front door where you said the defendant blocked it with his foot. And nothing in the living room was disturbed.
We weren't in the living room, except to get through it to the bedroom.
And although you say that he pushed and carried you, and that you struggled with him, there were no marks or bruises on you.
The bruises are inside.
I suggest, Miss Spencer, that they were put there by someone else long before you ever met my client.
Objection, Your Honor. We can do without counsel's gratuitous remarks.
If that was a question, Ms. West, put it in that form, please.
Gladly. Isn't it true, Miss Spencer, that these internal bruises that you so desperately want everyone here to know about were inflicted by your former fiancé, Ridge Forrester?
That is a lie, and I will not dignify it with an answer.
You seem to have an answer for everything else. Perhaps you'll answer this. Aside from your claim that you fought with the defendant in your apartment, can you tell Her Honor any one thing that you denied Mr. Deacon that night?
I don't understand.
Other than what you claimed happened in the apartment, you went along with absolutely everything my client suggested, didn't you?
Nothing else was threatening to me.
Not having a drink with a stranger, letting him pay for your bill, walking home with him, even taking him right to your apartment door. All that seemed perfectly natural and proper to you. Is that what you're saying?
What I am saying is that your client never gave me any idea that he is the animal that he is. Nothing he said or did gave me any warning.
What kind of warning were you looking for?
Something, anything to let me know that he was vicious, that he was not what he pretended to be. You don't understand that, do you? You spend your whole life suspecting everyone and everything. Well, I didn't. Maybe I was very stupid, but I didn't. And now, trusting is what's gotten me where I am right now. Having to sit here and defend myself after something that he did to me. Well, I'll tell you something, Miss West. If it prevents that monster from doing this to one other woman, even you, then it all will have been worth it.
Jewelry provided by Stephen Dweck.
Join us again for the bold and the beautiful.